Okay, team, we'll review how we write to a file and then look at how we read from a file. On line 2, I create a variable that references a file. I make that file by saying open, and I pass it the file name, which is groceries.txt, and W as a single string to say, I want an empty file. Here I write to the file, so I call a method on that file variable, and I pass it the text that I want to add. And I don't have to do this all in in multiple lines. There, because I've got those line breaks, that /n, I'm creating 3 lines in my file. If I run the code, then I can open groceries and see the contents there. Once I write the text to the file, I need to close my file. Reading from the file will look really similar. So that close is exactly the same. In this version, I'm not going to write anything to it. So here I'm opening an existing file to read. Again, that function open takes the file name. And this time, instead of a W for a completely empty file, it's going to say, I'm going to use that lowercase r to say I want to read from that file. You can see we're calling the close method here. Another method we can call is read. Read is going to give us back a string. So I'll call that our contents of the file. To get the text from that file, I can call file var. So that's my variable that references my file. And then I want to call the method read. That's going to return a string. So I could call that contents, and then I can print that content. Let's run this. And remember, groceries had apples, bananas, carrots in it. And then when I look at it, red got the text of the whole file and then printed it. You can imagine I could print the, first element in that file. That would be a P. Or maybe I want a range starting at 1, stopping before 10. And here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The new line is the 6th, then 7, 8, 9, and it stops before 10. So maybe that was a little bit weird because the text of the file actually has new lines in it. Sometimes we just want to read the lines one at a time. To do that, we can use read lines, and we can put that in a for loop. Okay, so the key piece is that I'm calling the method readLines. Instead of read, that gave me the whole file in one string. This is going to give me something I can loop through so that each line is going to get stored one at a time in that one line. So every time I enter the loop, we can see, I've seen another line. And I run it, and it prints out another line 3 times. So here for each of the 3 lines, we set the value of another line, and then we print that. Let's actually print the value of one line. And you can see you can see it's apples, bananas, carrots. It actually looks a little weird. When I add that one line, it added a bunch of spaces. And the reason why it did that is because every line in my file ends with a new line. So then if I call print, which automatically adds a line, I get that extra spacing. So it looks like that instead. Big picture, if I want to read from a file, I use that R. And then I'm going to call the method readLines. That'll give me something I can loop through in a for loop, or I can just call read to get a single string with the contents of the whole file. Just like when we were writing to our file, we could do it with the explicit open and then close, or we could have the with open as, so the variable name goes on the right instead of on the left there. And then instead of just having the right calls between the open and close right there, I put them indented. I can do that same structure for reading. So I want to open groceries, except I want to read it. I'll save the variable as file var. And then writing actually would give me an error. If I ran this, it says it's not writable. That's because I picked R. But inside of there, I can use that loop, and it'll read all the lines one at a time. So that every time I execute that body of the loop, it'll have a different value for line. So I get the same output there. And again, people usually find the open close most intuitive at first, but then later on, this one ends up being easier to work with because you don't have to remember to use the close. I'll introduce one more thing. We can open an existing file to append to the end. To do that, instead of using R, we use A, and then I can say the file var.write, and I'll add donuts to my list. And since files don't automatically get those new lines, I'll add a new line as well. I'll run this code. And then when I open groceries, it has added donuts. And the same thing works if I use the with as. I could replace that with A, the R with A, and then write an additional write statement.